Morning. Good morning. Good morning, TJ. Good morning, Connor. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Jerry, Kayla, Randy, Jim, Anna Marie, Jamie, Danielle. She's gonna hit me for that one. Danielle, good morning. Oh man, I had a great morning. I had a surprise visitor this morning, Gary. I did. She's gonna. Jake went like this, Mom. I had good morning, Trevor. Good morning, Amy. Thank you all for being here. Say good morning to each other too. Say good morning to each other. Every morning, you guys should be saying good morning to each other. You're like a crew here. You're like a family. You are the Soul Recovery Academy family. Say good morning to each other. Talk amongst yourselves. Argue back and forth. Argue with Danielle. She's fun to argue with. Now, I had a visitor this morning, 5:45 this morning. I came in here to prepare, and Brandon was here. Brandon pulled up. I had to take time for Brandon. So we are completely winging it this morning, Gary. What do you think of that?
Go for it.
I love it. Just send it, baby. It's like just like a big triple, right? Big uphill triple. You got one choice. Send it. Griff, good morning, man. Good morning, each other. Good morning, each other. That's right, buddy. So this morning's quote is growth and comfort. Listen to this. Listen to this, Griff. That's right. I'm getting back at you for calling Krista Trista. That's right. Growth and comfort do not coexist. Do you hear me, Griff? Growth and comfort do not coexist. Man, where are you? Griff said, Danielle, I think double stuffed Oreos are better than Oreos. He's starting conversation. You're the best, Griff. Just remember, Griff, growth and comfort do not coexist. Okay, that's big for you, big for us. Anyway, this morning is about leadership. That's the topic I came up with on my drive here. Every morning, I don't pre-plan these, so every morning I have this routine that creates a topic. It could be something that I'm thinking about. It could be something that I thought about at 3 o'clock in the morning. It could be something that I heard on the radio to spark how we can talk about it. But, this morning I was just thinking about leadership and what people believe leadership is. I think sometimes we have a skewed view of leadership. But before I get into that, thank you, Randy, for commenting on the double stuff. Did you hit the snooze button this morning, Griff, Danielle, Jamie, Jerry, Anna? Did you guys hit the snooze button? Gary, did you?
No.
No, you never do you?
No.
You pop right up. How about you, bro? No? Everybody else is over there eating. You guys are the only ones in here. Are you fasting this morning? I already ate.
I don't even think you tasted it.
I don't even think you tasted it. All right. So that's good.
Have a good day.
Hey, see you, Joe and Clint. Have a lovely day. Yep. So no phone first thing, no scrolling. No scrolling, y'all. No scrolling on Facebook. There's too much negativity. And gratitude and goals, make sure you do those this morning. I didn't get to them this morning because I got to hang out with Bo Jaco. I'd take a morning with Bo Jaco over these goals every morning and have to adjust my schedule. So what I was talking about is leadership. And, I think people think leadership is like a noun. You know what I mean? It's like a person, place, or thing. You know what I mean? It's like this title. And what it really is a verb. It's action. It's but so many people like look at a title and they say, well, I just got this leadership position. And it always is confusing to me. Like, well, if you're not a leader, you didn't get a leadership position. Like, if you're going to go into it with just this title of a leader, like, I'm the guy, so everybody bow down to me and do what I say, and I've lived my life like that at times. So it's really it's really a lifestyle. It's definitely a lifestyle to live of service, and it's figuring out. For me, it's figuring out what each of you want. That's a big part of my leadership, is that if I figure out what you want, TJ, with what you want, Gary, my goal is to truly help you get the healthy things you want. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Like, if you want this, that you have this dream of this lifestyle that you have, and build this business, build this mission. Maybe you want to build your own mission. Like, just develop this purpose. Like, that's why I ask you guys so much, like, what you want. And for me, that's a lifestyle to live behind that to help you reach your goals. That's leadership to me. If a leader doesn't know, you think you could stop that for a minute and right next to the microphone? Because you just did that in my ear.
You could hear that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If a leader doesn't know what their family or their team wants, he doesn't have a clue on how to lead. Like, we got to know what our tribe wants in order to lead them, because that's really what life's about, is our goals, our dreams, our aspirations, right? Who you want to be, right? Like, what legacy do you want to leave behind? You know, that stuff is really, really, really important. And when you look at this Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat world, you know, I think we get really caught up in leaders creating followers, not leaders creating other leaders. Do you hear that, Connor? Leaders create leaders. Leaders don't build followers. Well, I don't even know if it's a dictator. It's just this Facebook world we live in. You know, it's if you look at like the marketing, the treatment center marketing world, it's like they're paying to have followers. You know, they want followers, and these people that are in the position to they're hurting, and they start following these people that say the right thing, but their actions, their leadership is not a verb; it's a noun. Their actions are way skewed behind it, and that happens a lot. You know, it's just people get stuck thinking it's a title, like, and it's scary. My goal, like the vision of this whole thing, is to create more leaders, and I don't even need to say servant leaders anymore, because if I say the word leader, it's kind of messed. Like, I'm doubling it. Like, you know, I know in our mission statement, our vision statement, it says, you know, create. At the end of it, it says create servant leaders, but that's kind of doubling up. You all right there?
It was really hot right there.
Yeah, but you insisted on drinking it right away, huh?
Yeah.
It's just about building leaders, because the word leader means you're serving. What do y'all think on here? So start typing in here, especially you, Griff. Like, what do you think a leader is? Like a little brief description on what you think a leader is, and be honest, you know, and tell me if you think, well, it is a title, it is this, or but like some qualities of the leaders you have in your life, you know, because this is important. I think it's part of the problem in our world, is that our leaders are more about the title than they are about the service, and they are about the people, and that's scary. Go ahead.
I feel like that's like the definition of a leader is putting your team's best interest before your own best interest.
100%.
Someone you can look up to.
Somebody you can look up to. Yeah. Somebody that's attractive, right? And there's certain things that a leader has to do. I believe that a good leader has to love conflict, just so you know. Like a true leader, because the only way people are going to get to where they want to be is through conflict, right? How else are you going to get to be where you want to be? No way. It's not just going to be easy. It's not just going to be this walk in the park. It's not just going to be like, look, Josh Barnhart's on here this morning. Bo, Barney's on here. Say hi to Barney, everybody. Barney. Leaders get people to do things they wouldn't normally do. So what you're saying is, Barney, they push people beyond their limits. And in order to do that, you got to love conflict. You have to absolutely adore pushing people in conflict. That's a tough one for people, because most people hate conflict. Do you like conflict, Chance?
No.
I knew that. He's like, no. Yeah. Yeah. But What is it about conflict that you don't like, buddy? Like what? Just the whole. What are you doing there? Do you know? Do you know what you're doing there? You might need to put your coffee down to be able to do that. He's really struggling with that mic. They gotta love challenges. Look at Bo just jumping up and being the guy. Way to be the guy. Way to be the guy. Are you all right there? Tell me about. This is great.
Yeah. What do I not like about conflict?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just creates awkwardness. You know, it makes things harder.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, we could dig into this a little bit. Like, there's a reason in your childhood. There's something, some piece of you at a young age that makes you not like conflict. Like, it meant something. If you were in conflict with somebody else didn't like you. That happens a lot. Like, when people are in conflict, if conflict isn't handled in a healthy way, it can end in it can be a relationship ender. It can be over. Can you please stop? You're making a lot of noise.
You get tired of losing.
Sorry.
What's that?
You get tired of losing in conflict.
You get tired of losing the conflict? That's okay. Okay. So you got to love conflict. You got to love challenges. You got to want to be challenged. You got to love people too. You got Daniel. She said, "I'm a great leader. Conflict is in my name." She loves conflict. Yeah. Action equals leadership. That's right. That's right, Julie. You got it. Kayla is correct. A person that motivates a group of individuals towards a certain goal, hopefully a common goal. When I think about a leader, no matter what, with our fail, Tim Tebow pops into mind. Seriously. Without fail, Tim Tebow pops into mind. What about Tim Tebow makes you think leadership? Because there's one that I think of in leadership too, Griff, that I think has a lot in common with him. Tim Tebow is vulnerable. Tim Tebow puts it all on the table and talks about his failures, his wins and his losses. I think leaders in today's time, a lot of pastors, a lot of guys that stand behind a podium and speak to people, they're looked at automatically as leaders because they're standing up there on the stage, and I think that's just unfair to them. We almost make them this like pedestaled person, like they're perfect, and it doesn't give them a chance to be vulnerable. And I think Tebow is really a vulnerable dude. Of the things I've read about him, the things I've watched on him, shares his struggles. That's what else a leader does, in my opinion. They're relatable. A lot of people think that a leader just can't tell. I've had times where, I shared some painful things or things that I'm in a struggle right now, and I've had people reach out to me like, "Hey, like, is this the stuff that you should be sharing, like, leading this group of guys you are?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like that's why I'm sharing it, because I want to be relatable to everybody in here." Go ahead, TJ.
Well, it's like people are gonna want to follow what the leader's doing or like kind of mock that in a way. I don't know, but
yeah,
like that's the most important part of or one of the most important parts of changing is being vulnerable. So if the leader's acting like he has it all together all the time, other people are gonna want to follow that. And like I read a book by Tim Tebow too, and like it was cool too because I read that Shaken book, and he got like super vulnerable, like all the failures he had and stuff like that. And at the same time, he's like, he does like mission trips and all that stuff too, and like he's super.
Yep.
I don't know, it's cool.
So that's it. Like, so to him, I don't think they were failures. They might have been losses. He didn't get what he want. But I know for Tebow, without a shadow of a doubt, his success is only going to be when he hears, "Well done, good and faithful servant." That's going to be the success. And if he's living that every day, it doesn't matter about football. It doesn't matter about a football contract. It doesn't matter about what he's doing on or off the field. It matters about how he's connecting with people, and how he's following Christ. That's for Tebow. 100%. 100% Tebow hates to lose, but he's had serious losses. I mean, he's been cut by teams when he's been amazing, and then he's not been able to perform. So that's what I really liked about him as a leader, is the fact that move that thing before it gets busted. That he's able to share his losses, and I think that's something that I always want to do. I just did a thing about that about a month ago where I said you leaders have to start sharing your losses, sharing your struggles, because we have to, more than anything, relate. And that's important. That's what I talk to you guys about. Like, just struggle so that you can feel it. You can relate and be like, okay, I remember being there. Everybody here is human. Every leader that's behind a podium, that everybody's human. Nobody's perfect by any means. But leaders develop other leaders. They want people to take over. They want other leaders to be better than them. But the leadership today, it seems like, wants followers. And I just he was a better football player than commentator because he never picks the Mountaineers. Shut up, Griff. The Mountaineers are horrible, Griff, and you know it. Okay? So, like, that's it. You got to like conflict. You got to like challenge. But you really have to get away from the follower thing. And, we all have this ability. I don't want you to think that you have to be doing anything specific. I think leaders can be, like, I hear a lot of people say, oh, well, he had natural leadership qualities. He had and I don't really have those qualities. I disagree with that 100%. There's all different types of personalities in this room and guys that are here. and I can see leadership in every single one of you. Every single one of you has some type of quality of leadership. Even if you're a softer personality, like you're not aggressive, like Gary, soft. You like that, right, Gary? You like when I call you soft?
No.
You don't? You don't like when I call you soft?
No.
Chances, Gary, a little like a softer personality?
Yes.
Yeah. And you don't like that? No, he says. I just think you're a soft-spoken man. Like you're just a kind-hearted guy. You all right with that? Yeah. All right, good. All right.
He gets kind of wild when he takes us out at the end of the night, though. Which I like.
He does get wild at times. So I just think that everybody out there has leadership qualities, has the ability to impact another life in a positive way to help them move towards their goal. There's times where I need a guy like a Griff on the other side of me, because I'm going to grab you by your face and be like, let's go. Like headbutt you. Like, I can do that, and I can rip you by the back of your shirt and let's move forward. Get up. Stop being a pussy. Let's go. I can elbow
Tackle you into the snow.
Tackle you into the snow. Cut the crap. Just totally do that. Where other people and their style, they're able to like kind of lift up in a different way. So I think everybody has this ability to be a special leader, but you gotta practice it and care about that other person more than you care about yourself. That's it. I think every person has true leadership qualities. But are you going to hone in on them? Are you going to practice them? Are you going to make it about others? And that to me is leadership. Making it about the other person, just like you said, TJ, more than you're making it about yourself. We're going to get out of here a couple minutes early today. We did our best this morning to send it because my buddy B stopped by, and I love that. Hopefully he comes by tomorrow morning, and he's going to help me with the topic. Brandon, tomorrow. Griff, Brandon stopped by this morning. Brandon's gonna help me with the topic, and Monday, Brandon's speaking here. Griff, you all need to come over Monday night for Brandon Bojeko telling his story. He's gonna be so excited that I invited everybody. But I love you all. Think about leadership today. Think about how you can help somebody and worry about another more than you're worried about yourself. Concern yourself with somebody else going forward and reaching. Yes, Brandon Bojeko. And reaching those goals, helping them, like just arm in arm, leading them towards their goal. Figure out what somebody wants. That's how you can start the process. Figure out what somebody really wants and help them get there. All right, y'all. We love you. I hope you have a great day. It's nice and warm out there. It might be a little drizzly, but it's a perfect day. Just remember, whatever you do today, do it with soul. We love y'all. Peace.